My Atari! Turn off all the lights and bask in the glory of a 2-bit sprite. I stood in line when I was 9, bought burger time and left the world behind. And out my speakers, Hubert speaks, won't offend my peepers cause his words are bleak. My Atari's on a stand with an uneven height, so I use my Xbox just to prop it up right. My Atari still works after all these years, from when it first appeared on sale at Sears. We'll be together forever. I named it Heather and I'll never get sick of pushing the reset lever. My Atari! My Atari! Yo, what's up?
My Atari!
Driving down the street at night, now I'm bumping and jumping to a staggering height. It always brightens up my day, and just last Friday I found myself trying to kill a frog on the highway. You can't go wrong with games like Pong, when on Pitfall the snake bit me in the arm, and I slide left and right. I'm putting up a fight with SEAL dwindling and space invaders in my sight. And now I'm just sitting here catching some bombs. I can play while on the toilet cause my phone is the ROMs. My Atari! My Atari! Now, me and my Atari play the illest games. I like to duck and jump over dragon flames. We slay all dragons, red, yellow, and green, and the bat carries corpses from screen to screen. Out of space and underground when I play my game, I shoot everything, it all looks the same. I'm set on expert every game I play. Even Strawberry Shortcake has me playing all day. My Atari! My Atari! Now the games that I possess have quite a range. Myself, I've got 400 games. I play Taz a lot till it eats his fill, and then Kool-Aid Man when it's time to get ill. Donkey Kong, man, I got the high score before Mario done Pauline for that score. My Atari didn't always bring good games. Pac-Man was lame cause Drew's Revenge was insane. And I hope the Reese's cause an allergy for E.T., cause that's the game that brought down the whole industry. Had a party that I threw for all the boys. We played asteroids till we could hemorrhoids. My Atari lets me play with the stick in my lap, with a couple teeth marks cause I needed a snap. Whether in a space battle or rustling cattle, you won't see me without my joystick or paddle. My Atari!
Oh.
Toot, baby, it's time to ride the funk train. And here we are. John
Here we are.
FunkmasterV, and it's time to defeat the evil Nintendo zero-page homebrew gangsters of the night.
Zero-page homebrew, they ain't Nintendo.
What?
Just call them Nintendo? Or are you saying they're Nintendo?
I'm saying they're evil like Nintendo. They're Canadian. They got cats. Everybody knows dogs are superior animals.
I think we need a better analogy.
I'm saying Nintendo
okay.
and zero-page home. So we are an Atari podcast. So we're American. See, this is international.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, it's going to be end in blood. That's all I know.
There will be blood.
There will be blood. I'll drink your milkshake.
So how you been, Vinny? It feels like forever to me. It always feels like a long time between podcasts. Is it just me?
No, man, because we had a tournament last weekend, dude. So it was a little less.
Yeah.
We had a interruption of sorts between the podcasts. We had the Wade Rosen, the first annual Food Fight Culinary Combat Tournament.
Yep.
And if you guys suffered through that, I was interested because I was a participant and I got screwed. And we'll talk about that here in a few minutes. But I was a participant. So was Silverback. But 6 of our best Atari buddies helped us out. And we had a couple of alternates that couldn't play. But getting that, there was a lot of things about Food Fight that we discovered.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was enlightening, I'd have to say.
So
it worked really well, though. I have to say that, too.
It worked really well. Now, there was probably only 8 or 9 or 10 people on the entire server. But you know what I was thinking about today that was interesting? Is there is a game on the Food Fight rotisserie on their menu, if you will, that is called Crumbling, which is a lot like Fortnite. It's a shrinking game, and people just kind of fell off. And
right.
You accused me of playing like a little girl when I was hiding the entire time.
Yeah, you hid the whole. All right, everybody knows you can't hide when you play online games. That's called.
What are you talking about?
That's called camping.
So
and
what?
Everybody, camping is for on the weekends, Vinny. That was a weekend. Never mind.
Do you know who I am? Let me show you who I'll be right back.
No, don't. Oh, Vinny has ran out. I say
no. I'm right here.
I say one bad thing about him. Oh, what's that? What is that?
This is 10 pounds of gold and nickel. This is a heavyweight championship. I have been at 5'10", 210 pounds, and I am a pro wrestler and have been for over 20 years. And I win more matches by far by being the smartest, by being the funkiest.
Upside down.
And it's your camera. Your camera. Oh. You're in Toledo. You're in the southern hemisphere. And so this is. I cheat. I hide. I win. I punch people in the balls, and when it's over, baby, I take home the gold. And that's what I almost did that night. But I was saying what I think was interesting about that tournament. And what impressed me was in the game where one of the games I won most of the games and still didn't win the tournament. I don't understand how that happened, your stupid scoring system. But you could watch other opponents in that mode, right? Because you get eliminated. You only have one life. And it went, and I was watching the feed again, it went flawlessly. Yeah. And so, I mean, you sat there and you were called me out, which was not fair because you're like, hey, Vinny's hiding in downstairs. Right. And he's got his hand down his pants.
I was showing everybody, yeah.
Yeah, he's got his hand down his pants. But they didn't know I had the superfood. But I want to say, this came in. We had a tournament. We had winners. This was the Atari VCS.
Oh, do you have them?
Baby, check it out. First place. See that? Yorkies TV. Congratulations.
There he is. He did a great job, too.
And the little... No, he didn't.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about this. No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
And here's my favorite. Worst place.
Worst place.
The Atari 7800 Pro Gamer, because he was terrible, especially for a quote pro gamer. And then we had my trophy, which is second place, which should have been first.
Okay.
And that's going on my trophy case of all my. And then there's third place. How do you pronounce that cat's name? Pixel Piazza or
Pixel?
Piazza?
Yeah.
Some sort of European thing. And the official second place was Obsidian Contraption because we were eliminated from winning prizes.
Yep.
But did you have fun, though?
Yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought the server held up very well. I thought the games worked. We only had, 2 issues, I think, the whole time?
There was a guy that got caught respawning. Like he couldn't, like 30 seconds were left or a minute was left.
Right.
He couldn't respawn or he couldn't play. And then we had one game that went to ass. Now again, just everybody worst place Atari 7800 Pro Gamer.
See, here's the thing.
That's his trophy.
About that. Let me defend myself here. See, we weren't eligible to win anyway. Yeah. So, and some of the game, there's a game where you can kill people and they drop their cookies and you collect their cookies. I wasn't collecting cookies.
That sounds like a Toledo prison game, if you ask me.
Right. I mean, I was letting the boys do their thing. So
how nice and how pathetically weak. But I guess that's WWJD. But I was in for blood, and I want to say I won 3 matches. One person won one person won one, and I still got second place on the point. Your point system was terrible. I should have ran away with it. But we had
you came in last one game, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, dude, I got killed. And that was the game that Hammersmith won, and Hammersmith didn't do that great, but man, he wiped everybody up for that game. That was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's definitely a fun game, though. It's something everybody should try. They're going to be releasing that, right, on Switch and other platforms, or is that BCS exclusive forever now?
I don't know. I would imagine they are polishing it up, and
I would think so.
Did you sent the gameplay footage and the announcement to people at Atari? Did you get any response?
No, I didn't get anything.
Well, it's because you ended up so bad in that tournament. They probably thought you were some 20-year-old kid that only played, stuff like Animal Crossing. Oh, you keep leaving my name off there, by the way. I see that.
Where? On the you got disqualified for camping. As we all know, that's a cowardly act.
There was no bylaws. So, in all seriousness,
I fought the whole time.
And lost. I mean, so in all seriousness, though, I think we spotlighted some issues with the game, which would be it took us, dude. I looked at it, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, to get started. 8 people that we wanted to play, and it would be easily remedied with just allowing players to identify themselves by their VCS nicknames. Right. Because you can see yourself, hey, I'm FunkmasterV. I know why they don't. I know why they do that now that I'm saying it. Because people are still fooled into thinking they're playing against other human beings. That's why they do. Because Hammersmith's like, hey, I play against people all the time. Because I was talking to him, I was like, that may be the first time in history that 8 humanoids played Food Fight Culinary Combat outside of the testing. And he thought all the bots were.
Don't the bots have weird names like 8-bit potato and stuff? They don't.
No, they all player 1, player 2, player 3, player 4.
Oh, okay.
But you'll see in the lobby when you log in, if there's another human you're playing against, it'll say. So it'll say John last place 7800 Pro System lame gamer. And then if I came to play, it would pop up and say, this guy's going to kick your ass, or I guess player 2.
Right.
But then if the lobby fills up, it's going to be 6 bots.
Right. Well, I guess the main thing, they know about some of these issues. I was told they know about when we all dropped the game, they know about that issue. They know about the name issue, I guess, and they plan on fixing that. So sounds like they're on top of a lot of the stuff regardless.
pretty fun. Still, it's weird. A 2023 game. I don't know if it looks like a 2023 game, but it is fun. It's smooth. We can rock and roll with it.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. It was fun and a lot of fun. We gave out some prizes. It was a really cool time. And we'll do another one too, guys. It might not be food fight, but I think it was such a good time. We're going to do something like that again very soon. And of course, we'll announce it ahead of time when we do.
They don't Neo Sprint. You can't play online, can you?
I don't think so. We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people in the chat here are already hitting on our main topic. I think they're itching to go, Vinny. I think I see Ivory Tower talking about the 7800 games.
But they want to talk about this and how they can take a picture with this title belt with me for $25.
I think they're tired of hearing how great you are.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah.
I'll just fart in the microphone here. Give me a second.
There you go. Hey, it might be podcasting gold.
Well, here we are with this subject, and it's a weird subject. I have a massive 7800 collection, and so do you. Mm-hmm. And so this sounds like Bitcoin to us. But
is that what you're playing with, a Bitcoin?
I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm a little nervous tonight.
Are you jittery?
I don't know. I drank some coffee before I got on. My hands are going weird.
Gotcha.
These prices are going out of control, and I don't think this is going to be as Crossbow, our buddy there, Ivory Tower said. I don't think these are sustainable prices. I think prices typically don't come back down, but baseball cards happened, Beanie Babies have happened. This is a very small niche of human beings who, frankly, John, are all getting diabetes and cancer soon. I hate telling people, but we're at that age where we're not going to last much longer. And you just got to wonder in 20 years how much Ricky and Vicky is really going to sell on the open market. But go ahead and tell people what we're talking about.
Well, I'll show the people what we're talking about, actually. So I took these screenshots a few days ago. Most of these are completed listings. Some of these are sold. Some of them did not sell. But here we got a Super Pac-Man for the 7800. It's the Atari Age 1 from the last chance sale. And
take that banner down so people can see the whole thing.
What banner is showing? Oh, gotcha.
Toe Munches.
Yeah, let me take this other banner down here.
These people.
Okay.
People
loving toes here. So yeah, you have Super Pac-Man for 7800 plus. Listed as 7800 plus. I think they meant 2600 plus. So I don't think that one was completed. We had Space Invaders discontinued, just cartridge only. 3 people watching. $165, $249 for another one, and a
weird box.
I don't like that's that plastic hard case. I prefer the cardboard.
Yeah, that sucks.
I bought a 5200 game that came in one of those, and I couldn't.
That's a non-Atari Age sanctioned box. Yes,
right.
So it's an illegal
now
box.
These are completed listings. This sold February 2nd. Baby Pac-Man, $471.88. 24 bidders.
I want a cut of that because I say that's the third best game in the library, and I know that's what drove that up.
Oh, it's an excellent game, and it's definitely worth playing. But God, at that price, I don't know. Junior Pac-Man discontinued. AA Homebrew, $300 asking price. Buy it now or best offer.
Is this all the same guy? I like.
There was 3 or 4 different people, and we're gonna look at eBay. A snapshot of it here in a second too. But yeah, I like the oldies, and there's a couple other guys doing this, but there's a lot more now. This was at the beginning of last week, I think, or the end of last week. And here's just a couple completed listings. Ripoff 300, KC Munchkin 300, Armor Attack 2 300.
And I gotta say, and again, no offense to Bob, because Bob has made some of the best games, but I like Ripoff. I can play Rip-Off for 5 minutes.
Rip-Off is awesome.
I can play Rip-Off for 5 to 10 minutes before I get bored. KC Munchkin is so weird and rudimentary. I don't know if anybody would really like playing it. And then Armor Attack does not hit for me. So
Armor Attack is better than I remember it because I played it for that video I did ranking the homebrew. But still, at $300, not any of these games are worth $300 to play. I'm sorry. And
that's not shots. That's not shots on Bob.
No, I would never use Bob's name in vain. He is the great and powerful. I have him as the Wizard of Oz on my videos because he is one of the all-time greats. And then this was just an example of so this you can actually still get anything from Champ Games. You can go to their website and get, but since it's not on Atari Age, people are taking advantage of the situation and saying, hey, it's not on Atari Age, it's out of print. So do not fall for this. And they have Meteor Shower all the time listed for $200, $300. You can still get that. So that almost feels predatory to me. I don't like that personally.
They're taking advantage of people who just think there's some sort of these things are valuable. I mean, and it goes, just because I say it's valuable doesn't mean it's valuable. I mean, those people, some of those things don't have one bid, so they're just hoping.
Right. But a lot of them have sold. I mean, Baby Pac-Man has sold a few times for $500.
That's a good game, but man,
yeah.
I would buy that game instead of buying those three that were listed together if I was going to spend stupid money.
Yeah, I mean, I've spent stupid money on stuff before too. And we would never be arrogant enough to tell you what to do with your money, but my recommendations is don't.
I think it's coming back down, don't you? I think it's the Atari 2600 Plus is essentially a 7800, and we've been saying that all along. And they're leaning into the 7800 components now with the release of the new controller, which I haven't bought yet. Have you bought? Have you bought?
No, I haven't bought any of that stuff yet. No.
And then they've got Ninja Golf, Fatal Run, and
there isn't much reason for us. You got Fatal Run, Ninja Golf, and Food Fight. I almost want to get Food Fight for the color label because my label's black and white.
Oh wow, that would be good.
Yeah, but
again, that's a fool on his money. We're spending $40 or $30 on a game because it's got a color label. First place camper. God.
Crypto would know because he played with us, so he saw the tyranny of the punk.
Oh, well, he knows that I won that tournament and should have been awarded all the prizes.
There's a lot of love for toes in this episode.
Hey, Quentin Tarantino's in the chat.
Yeah. So I thought we could look at that was a snapshot of 2 weeks ago. You want to see what stuff's going for right now, Vinny?
Now, is this blind to you, or do you know what you're about to pull up?
This I vaguely looked through it, but it's mostly blind to me. So I have to stop sharing some of this other stuff.
Oh,
yeah, I can only share one thing at a time.
This sounds like crony capitalism.
Yeah. So wait, if I do that, you guys are gonna see a bunch of streamers. Here we go. Okay. Now. This is right now, right this second. Can you guys see this? Because I can't
take down the comment from Pine Barren.
Oh, great. All right. Well, if I do that, you're gonna see. There has to be a better way.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay. Let me do.
Oh, so you were using it to shield something as a reveal.
I was using it to see. I can only share this as a window. Let me share it as a tab. Here, I can share it as a tab, actually. Here we go.
Tabs are delicious. Sugar-free.
How's that?
That's good.
Okay. So right now, listings. These are listings, and I'll bring up completed after we talk about the listings. So you have 78 results for 7800 homebrew, which is what's going for crazy prices. We'll look at 7800 itself, too. 220 Super Pac-Man, 400 Baby Pac-Man. You can still get this one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not $70.
So somebody's just listing their copy. Ricky, now this has always been, this was what, $1,000 2 years ago?
That's what Telchow says. I've never seen it go for that, but I don't think he's lying. I've just never seen it. I do see it listed for between $400 and $700.
Yeah, somewhere in that range. Yeah, I have too. Now look, why is Meteor Shower up here? This is not discontinued.
Well, I wonder why it's still available. Is it just because it's so different from Astro Smash that
I think so.
Okay. And you just reviewed that.
Right, yeah. In case you're curious. So Dungeon Stalker
still available.
Still get Space Invade. That's the one I snapshotted. So that one didn't sell apparently.
Okay.
Junior Pac-Man, Scramble.
Great game.
That's a good game. $220 good?
No.
Ricky and Vicky, $500. That's such a good game, but man, if you go on Steam, you can support Tail Chow and play it for what, $5, $10, $12, something like that.
It's all about the collectors, man.
I know.
And look at that, the game drive.
There you go. There's the answer, which a lot of people tell me all the time. You need the game drive. And I think that's it. We got some 2600 homebrew here. Boulder Dash, first star. But yeah, that's looks like right now. So it looks mostly like Bob Day Crescenzo stuff. I don't see Popeyes popping up. People don't want to get rid of their Popeyes. But what do you think a Popeye would go for, knowing those prices? I'm just curious.
Popeye would at least go for $5. I'm going to say $571.89 is what I'm going to guess.
You said $571.89?
Yes.
And the actual retail price is? No, I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, I thought you had one on. I thought you had one in the pocket.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't been listed. That's the thing, and I think that's one that could go stupid high. If Baby Pac-Man is going for $500, it's sold for $500 twice, I believe, or at least once. Then what do you think Popeye would go for? $500? I think it'd go for more, don't you?
Maybe not, but here's the reason: is Baby Pac-Man is the only homebrew version,
Oh yeah.
On any system ever. So there's not a Nintendo Baby Pac-Man. Baby Pac-Man, if you guys don't know, is a hybrid machine, a weird Pac-Man game combined with a weird physical actual pinball game. It didn't sell well. And Bob Day Crescenzo and his gang, because there's a lot of people that helped him play that game. In fact, one guy, I don't even know who it was. I can't remember. It was like Pac-Man Red or something. He basically made the entire pinball component of that for Bob. Whoever that was, you're a great man, and we should showcase you some more. But, it's only on the 7800. So that could be why Baby Pac-Man will sell more than Popeye. Now, Popeye, I imagine, would have less carts in circulation. And everybody knows the Popeye game is fantastic. And it had the pink screen Novice F, the Rev Nav F option on it too. So
right. Which is actually, isn't that accurate to a certain version or something like that? Right. Isn't that why he did that? Yeah.
Yeah, he put that in because that was a thing.
So, and it seems like prices for 7800 stuff in general is rising too. For some reason, at a local game store of mine, who I've visited many times over and over, it's Replay here in town, they all of a sudden have two Atari 7800 consoles in store. How much you think they're selling those for, Benny? An actual original 7800?
I could kill your punch, but I'll just say I would be surprised that they would sell 6 months ago. I would say $120 or $100.
Yep. That's they're going for $129.99. They have a 2600
and that's just the system, no games.
System, no games, no games included. There's a 2600 for $70, and then they have a massive stack of 7800 games. Somebody brought in their 7800 collection, is what I imagine happened. They have Rampage there, cartridge only, with the label all gooed up with the Actiplaque and all that stuff. $70 for that, cartridge only.
Okay. Probably not bad compared to eBay right now.
Compared to eBay, no, but some of the stuff does seem kind of high to me. I don't know why. And again, I'm trying to look up the price. I know they have Super Skateboard in there. I think they have it for $60, $50 somewhere in there.
Good grief! Good luck selling that.
I was gonna say, is that a good price for that game? It can't be, right?
It's the box is what makes that game valuable,
and it's without the box.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a $24 game.
Yeah,
historically, but
maybe now it isn't. I don't know.
Well, what's going on with the Atari 2600? Is it the same stuff? These garbage like combats and old haunted house carts, are they shooting up to $10 a piece and stuff?
I haven't seen those shooting up, but some of the more desirable stuff definitely has. Mario Brothers for the 2600. I know locally a few years ago I could get it for about $9.99, which I still felt was really high. The other day I was looking for a copy, and I knew a different store had it, and they wanted, I think, $29.99 for cartridge only copy. So again, the prices locally here I know have shot way up on some of this stuff. Again, it seems mostly like the Pac-Man type stuff, the Mario Brothers, Donkey Kong stuff is shooting up. Combats and stuff, not so much. Not that I've seen anyway.
Okay.
But,
so do you think this is sustainable, or do you think this is going to... No. The 2600 Plus came out. It made a splash, had good reviews. I feel like it shot its nut already, and it may already start to come back down to earth.
Yeah.
So do you think this will return to normal soon?
Well, the big thing with the Atari Age stuff, with the homebrews especially, is, obviously there's the supply and demand stuff. But you also have what people are willing to spend, and not everybody is willing to spend $500 on this stuff.
The economy's in weird shape. So, I mean, there's less people now. So, I mean, like if this was happening, let's say before COVID.
Right.
This might be a nightmare what these things are going for.
Oh, yeah.
The other thing is too, that you got to think about is, there was rumors that Atari Age was going to Atari was going to get licenses for some of those homebrews, or get okays for things like Popeye and stuff like that, and other ones that they took off the shelf. But I have ordered 4 games from Atari Age back when I was 21 years of age, and my balls hadn't dropped yet, and I still haven't received them. At least that's the way it feels like. I've been waiting almost a year for 4 games from 2 Portland Expos ago. And again, I don't want everybody, everybody's like F Albert, and then half the people are like, Albert is a hero, and I know Albert's in over his head, but I'm just saying Albert's not making Popeye anytime soon for you. It may be a picture in the store, but it ain't coming to your house unless you go down there with a shotgun and steal it from him, which I'm not saying do that. But
no, God, no.
That is an idea. So let's talk about a road trip if you have time off from work. But
maybe
we'll go down to Texas.
Pew! Pew! Don't give any ideas there, Vinny. But
nobody knows where he lives.
No, that's true. Nobody knows where he lives. It's not like he announces it on a podcast like we do.
Pew! I'm coming, Albert.
Hey, Sabretooth. But yeah, no, it's not sustainable right now. 2600 plus. I don't think it's really shot its load yet. I think it's still building.
Gross.
Yeah, well, that was your term.
Didn't you? You don't have to talk like I do. You're the baby face. I'm the heel.
I don't think that it. What would a good person say? I don't think that it's
topped out
yet.
At the Jesus
I don't think
price.
it's gee golly, it's still going, guys. But no, I still think that it's kind of building up still. I think with this 7800 stuff, I think it's still kind of reaching the peak, which right there, worst place. Yep.
You see that, Sabretooth? Put that in your magazine. Worst place in the food fight tournament. This guy, John.
Yeah. At least
put that in print.
At least I didn't camp my way to victory, but
I was the real winner.
But yeah, it's not sustainable. But especially, you're right, because this stuff could come. You just got to show off all your stuff, huh?
I've got more trophies. You want to see more of my?
You got mad because I pulled out my clacker the other week, and you said, "Don't be Carrot Top."
What in the world? I don't know the Toledo slang for private parts. You pulled out your what?
My clacker.
Jesus Christ, that'll put you on a list.
On the podcast, no less. Yeah.
You'll have people show up to your door in front of your kids.
But yeah, another big thing though, it's crazy. I got my last chance order I think early December, and you haven't gotten yours yet, Vinny? How does that feel?
Hurtful. It's hurtful now that I've been doing this for 20-something years. Now Atari's giving you review codes. You're getting your orders before mine. I don't
think you got to worry about that anymore. I don't think I'm getting any more codes.
Your review was great. You want to talk about that? What you got? You got a review code?
Yeah, we got a review code from Atari for Comp 2. Comp 2 or Quamp?
I'd say
somebody told me it's Comp. Well, sound off in the comments or in the chat.
Those are evil liberal mediaites who want to destroy the country.
I guess.
Do you? I mean, I'd say Quamp because you don't get to use the qua very often in the English language. And
that was my thought too.
Did you play Quamp 1? That's the one thing. Yeah, okay. You left that out. So we have no idea if Quamp 2 is superior to Quamp 1.
I don't think it matters, though. I think it's good enough on its own that I don't think that really should play a factor into whether or not somebody buys it. I mean, maybe it should. I don't know.
So you got your review code.
Yep, got the review code.
You reviewed Quamp 2.
Reviewed it.
And I don't want to take views away from your review, but how did you like her?
Yeah, it's an excellent game. It's something that I would have never expected in a million years for them to do Pong in such a unique and interesting way. And it's not really Pong, but it is, you know.
You're already a shill. They got you. Free code.
One free code
for a $20 game. You're already over there going,
you hear that?
I love it. I want Quamp 2 for my birthday next year. I want Quamp 2 for my bar mitzvah, and I'm not even Jewish.
I like it so much that I actually bought it after I got my review code because I wanted to support them. But
no, you did not.
Yeah, I bought it because I got the review code on Steam. Full disclosure,
could have gave it to me, and I could have got a free code.
Well, no, I got one copy.
You bought it after they gave you a free code?
Well, I need it on the VCS. You need it on everything.
What do you have? What kind of job do you have? What disposable?
Why am I getting called a shill?
You're a shill. You're a shill that goes out and you take the money that the mafia hands you, a big bag of garbage, and then you go buy cocaine with it.
Right.
Everybody knows you go and you buy lottery tickets with it. If you ever find a giant bag of money,
let me write this down.
Go get a bunch of scratchers. That's what you do.
Okay.
Is anybody watching this shit tonight? I feel like we're not hitting good.
No, we're doing terrible tonight.
Why?
No, there's people watching. I don't. Why do you feel that way, Vinny? Vinny, why do you sometimes?
Did we not have a good subject matter? Was this not good subject matter?
All right. Guys, Vinny feels very vulnerable right now.
It's just Jerome. It's just, and I like Jerome. Don't get me wrong, but it's just the three. We should just quit doing the podcast and just call
the
Jerome
show. Yeah, Jerome, send him the
call him on three-way and see what he's doing tonight.
Or we could get Hugo on here. What's going on here, Hugo? Whatever. Hergo.
He's the guy that he's the one that gives you all the free shit and the controllers, and you don't even know how to pronounce his name.
Those were review copies.
Oh my!
Did you not watch the video?
Oh yeah, John, I watched the video.
Do you not watch my stuff, Vinny?
I do watch your stuff.
Notifications didn't go out. See, Vinny, that's why they still love you. Again, everybody give Vinny some love.
This is your station. This is nobody watches my shit.
They're watching it on yours.
I'm leeching off your popularity.
No bullcrap. You like how I censored myself there? Because I'm the baby face?
You're the baby face. That's right.
We got to take a drink break, guys.
The baby always chases the heel.
Yep, there you go.
And then probably 6 months down the road in a cage match, I'll lose. But that's a lot of winning between here and there.
What do you say? Let's do the viewer participation part of the show and make Vinny feel good. Show them that people are actually watching here. Sabretooth is on the left coast. So I only make it live half the time. He always watches the replay, Vinny. People watch it on replay. They don't have.
Is that what they do?
Yeah, and see, Jerome is here for the big F. Come on, next podcast is going to be the Vinny. You guys don't realize he has a very fragile ego. He needs.
Well, there's been a lot of there's been a lot of people who start YouTube channels and come to me for help, and then they go get monetized within 6 months, and then I'm left with a tear in my eye.
See, he's afraid I'm going to leave him. These guys won't let me leave.
I can feel it. Let's talk about what we're this. Nobody gives a shit about what we're talking about tonight. So let's just talk about real stuff. So tonight, and I'm not even these trophies here. These trophies are being mailed out, and the prizes in the worst place for John. And I don't want him to feel any worse, but he did do really bad in that tournament. And he almost lost to a guy who called himself Dad, which everybody knows that's the worst guy when you play online. It's the guy that's sitting there with his kids. So anyway, so we have a grand idea. We're going to let you a little on the inside. We're going to let you on the. We're going to have a little shoot here.
Okay.
So on the inside, we have a great idea. It's actually.
Oh, you're going to give away our idea?
Yes.
Okay.
Because no one cares. This is getting awfully salty. Everybody's angry tonight. I can tell everybody's mad at you and mad at me. So here we go. We're going to talk about this. John and I are going to do a video. It's going to be a big deal, and you guys are going to hear about it. It's got the top 100 games, the top 100 Atari games of all time. And we're going to do a video. It's going to look nice. It's going to have grade A. We're doing a lot of research, and I sent John my first list last night. I said, this is a rough draft.
No,
and the first thing, yes. And the first thing I get this morning is I don't agree with hardly anything on this list. So we are automatically already about to break up the podcast team because we can't agree on the top 100 Atari games.
Because I said I don't agree with your list.
You don't agree? You said I don't agree.
Oh, wait, yeah, you did. You said
I did. Thank you. And I'm the bad guy?
You said have fun with this shit.
Yeah.
First draft or crap. I'm the baby face.
Yeah.
Have fun with this crap. Here's the first draft. And I said, I don't know.
Yeah, automatically dismissive.
Wait, hold on.
I spent hours last night looking up official Atari releases and trying to separate them from Atari Inc., Atari Kink, that's Nolan Bushnell's stuff, Atari Inc., Atari Corp., Infograms, Synergy, the whole, and I'm separating them, and I'm sitting there going, okay. I'm losing my mind. The GCC company.
Yeah. You were supposed to send me that list, by the way.
There's so much terrible information out there that I was like, I can't even compile a list for you to accurately look on.
Well, that is true, because that's why I started my channels, because there's so much bad info out there about what's going on, you know.
You know, like some of the lists I told you, I said they say that Pac-Man is an official Atari game, and I'm like, no, they were just licensed. So we're trying to get through the muck. This is supposed to be a celebration of the 100 best games Atari ever put out, and John's like, what do we do with Pong? And I'm like,
I didn't say nothing about Pong.
Well, I felt it. That's what I was like. He's mad.
Is that why you kept bringing up Pong?
Yes, I know you like. You want. This is exactly what I know you're doing. You want people to think you're smart,
okay,
and that you want it. And so we got to put Pong around.
Here you go.
34 to say, hey, Pong was a big fucking deal. And then
talked about Pong.
And then Pitfall really is Pitfall a great game.
Okay, so you gave me the list and you gave me some stuff, and
you're gonna make fun of my stuff?
Well, no, because I don't understand. Okay, and then I said, yeah, it's gonna take me a while to look up everything and decide what angle to attack that. And I said, especially figuring out how much the success and significance at the time should weigh in against how much fun it is to play today.
Let's do a poll right now.
And you said I'd have to log into YouTube, which I'm not.
Oh, then don't do that.
Well, just do it with. Well, we can do the 1 or 2 thing, but
okay.
That's all I said is figuring out how much the success and significance at the time should weigh against how much fun it is. And you said it should be about Playability, I think. Screw Pong. You just started attacking
I
Pong.
That's what you're talking about. Everybody has a hang up a Pong. You're obsessed with Pong.
I wasn't talking about Pong. Why did you jump to Pong? You hate Pong. This man hates Pong.
It's too antiquated. This is a celebration. So let's do Baby Cat. Thank you. Did you watch the Baby Cat video?
He watched it. He said he's here for the
Jerome watched our Baby Cat video. Good grief. Did you watch the movie, Jerome? Anyway, yeah, that's on my channel. All the crazy stuff that I do over there.
So you attacked Pong for no reason.
And I praise Baby Cat. That's how crazy I am.
Now you got Jerome obsessed with Baby. You're a bad influence on my audience.
Man, that is Jerome. We'll talk about Baby Cat later. I'm now friends with Fawn Winters, who played the cat in that movie. But anyway,
who's Sexina?
Oh, this is a jerk. This is actually the guy that did the jingle. This is the guy that did the jingle for the.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did a great job.
He did a good job. Yeah,
the jingle.
Why don't you have him do stuff for us? You hold all the good stuff for Big and Funky.
This Brandon, he's the guy that actually was the director to do the cave. He was the director of Vinny's Fantastic Rock and Roll Adventure. He's a genius. So
who's going to be the Joko Ono that's going to split you guys up?
Well, it's this
Pong.
list. So Pong. Here, let's talk. Yeah, Pong is going to be the end of our friendship. So let's do this, guys. I know we don't have a lot of people in the chat tonight.
We got 20.
That's terrible. What have you done?
For us?
I can tell you're tired. On these,
I worked all day.
You're doing too many videos. Job. You're doing too many videos. I can tell week. You did a tournament. You're doing a podcast. You're doing a review. You're doing a thing. You're doing like a feature thing, and then you're doing a damn.
What are you available?
What's the 78? You're playing a 7800 game this Saturday tomorrow.
No, that's the opposite weeks of the podcast.
Oh, okay.
Because I felt like we were leaving the fans down.
Well,
because you want to do this every other week.
There's a thing in have I showed you this thing? There's a thing.
Hey, what rhymes with Atari?
This right here, 10 pounds of nickel and gold. There's a thing in wrestling called overexposure. You don't want to, but anyway, I'm just busting your balls. So, here we go. Now it's caught in the fucking thing. Look what you've done. It's caught in my headphones.
All my fault.
Okay, so if you're watching this podcast still, God bless you, because this is the worst one we've ever done, and we're going to have a meeting after this. Number one, if you think the list should be all the schmaltzy stuff like, was it important? Did it do this to the industry? What's a word for that? A total, the importance of the game. Or should we do number two, the significance of the title? So like Pitfall would be, and Pong would be rated because they were so in computer space and stuff. And that would be
Pitfall. Pitfall's actually good.
It's a game people are nostalgic for, and it was important at the time. It made Activision, it made people respect that. It was the first platform game of all time. So I mean, there was important things. You could beat it. It might have been
the Pong. So Pitfall shouldn't be on the list, but ice hockey should.
Ice hockey's great. So you're going to tear my list.
Maze Craze should. No, these are just games I'm throwing out there.
You're tearing up my list. So
no.
Everybody vote one or two. Should we do a top 100 on the significance of the title, which would include ET because that's been heralded as the worst game in the start, or do number two, a big pilot, would just do a Cleveland Steamer right here in the chat. Drop your pants. And two, should we do a list of top 100 based solely on the playability of the game now or the fun of playing a game?
See, and here's the thing that we talked about before. Sabretooth says Pitfall isn't an Atari game, lol. And we talked about that, right?
So this is the thing. It's almost impossible to do a list that is like these Atari games because it gets so weird and nebulous. And this is the thing. We can be inside and smart. In fact, I'm going to say this in the thing. Hey, nerds, we know what the thing is. Everybody that wants to play Atari.
Audience names.
This is your audience. Nobody likes me.
You can call my audience name.
Yeah, screw. This is me. Don't take it out on Johnny. But so yeah, we know. But the problem is the audience doesn't know. Because we do this all the time. It's like you'll sit there and you say, "Hey, the Atari 50th anniversary celebration is a tremendous game."
Okay.
And people were like, where's Pitfall? And I want Star Wars Arcade. And it's like, dude, don't you understand that? So people don't know. People are stupid. So we've decided. So are we doing 1 and 2? They're not even. We got Jerome saying 2.
Jerome said 2. No, they don't care. Look, they are here.
We're going to do what Jerome says
for your meltdown. Yeah, Jerome is running the show now. Whatever Jerome says goes. But
I think Zero Page Homebrew has finally defeated us, John. I think
they split us up.
I think it's over.
Did they suggest this list?
I think they got to you. I think they got to you. I think they got their Canadian loonies. See? And they're going to break up our.
I didn't change.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Pong would make the list. What did he say? Pong would make the list. What?
Oh wait, yeah. Let me go back to that. Pong would make the list regardless if the list is based on fun or based on historical significance.
Block him from your channel.
No.
Fire his ass.
He is now the producer of this show.
Fire his ass.
ASY TV. Is that ASY TV or ASY?
ASY TV.
ASY TV. How are you going to do a top 100, 7,800 games when they only made 57?
Well,
sorry,
we're doing it's very good that you know. I don't know why you know that, but we're doing, first of all, homebrews are up to about 150, but or even more than that now. But we're doing all Atari games. So we're doing 2600 arcades, Jaguar Lynx, VCS.
Yeah, this is kind of Jerome saying what we kind of figured. I always thought they were all Atari games. I know they weren't. I know they were made by other companies, but yeah, that's kind of what we decided was.
Yeah, because
it appears on an Atari, it's an Atari game.
It's an Atari game to these people, and they had some sort of agreement with Atari,
right?
And then you can get really loose because, like, what do you do with Pole Position? Pole Position was a Namco game, and they let Atari release it in the United States. So there's Atari Fujis all over the Pole Position too. Everybody here thinks it's an Atari game, so it's an Atari game.
Right. Well, it's a Namco game, but
it's got Atari Fujis all over it.
Look, House of Mouse wants us to talk about an auction. What WADA Pop reports?
What are you talking about?
Do you know anything? I'm reading the comments here.
Well, put it up so I can read it.
WADA Pop reports has all variant. What are you talking about, House of Mouse? You guys watch the Heritage auctions tonight? Do you follow that stuff, Vinny? Do you encase? Do you encase? That's where you encase your games in acrylic, and you look at them.
No, sir. You're in the wrong place.
You're welcome to stay.
Yeah, I love you with God's love, but I don't.
I think you
tell us what you found. I mean, it may be my new favorite thing is to watch this.
Well, look,
I've never heard of it.
Here's what he said. He said 400,000 adventure.
40 Toledo Public High School.
40,000 adventure. Yeah, $45.
45,000 for Pac-Man.
800,000. God damn,
Toledo! I swear to God.
This is our worst show ever.
let's call out your who was your math teacher?
Mrs. Hoosier. I don't remember I don't remember what I ate for dinner.
Fell asleep in class, didn't you?
Yeah, actually I did.
I don't know why.
Obsidian, our second place, our real second place.
Thanks for coming in so late. This is the worst episode ever. And I knew it.
Yeah, the show's over after this.
Yeah.
Why did you know? Why didn't you say anything during rehearsal?
I didn't like the topic. There you go, Obsidian. I got your trophy.
You don't say nothing.
Well, I don't. You're the master now. You are the sensei. You have
an opinion.
I just thought. Somebody gave you $1.49 super sticker.
Hey, man, $1.49 is $1.49 more than you got.
That goes. Oh, that's very hurtful.
Just kidding. No, thank you so much, Crypto. I'm gonna split it with Benny.
No, you don't. He doesn't do that either. I know he plays the baby face. He charges me to be on the show with him now.
I let you use my
Yeah, and you took me off. There we go, right here. I got this. I got 10 pounds of nickel and gold. I got other tag team belts and championships up there and the YouTube title. I don't need your dollar.
Colt 45.
I don't need you to go Colt 45. There you go.
Yeah, well,
you probably still do that in Toledo for
that's a Toledo tradition for $1.50. Heck yeah! Thank you so much, Crypto. That was very kind of you. It should be games released by Atari and games released on Atari systems by other companies. I think that's what we came.
That's what we've also Atari games that were released on other systems that were obvious Atari games. There's not many of those on our list. But.
Right. I was just food fighting with Mock Duck and Davpaw.
Well, how did you do? Did you represent the family? Did you kick their ass? Second place?
Alien Brigade and Robotron 2084.
This guy does not know. Don't read his stuff.
Sounds very intelligent. And also Midnight Mute. He knows
he's
his
stuff. Reading. He's going to my website and he's reading.
And he's reading the high score.
He does not watch. He doesn't give a shit about Atari games. Put him in timeout.
All right. I'm hiding him. Hide. There we go. What about if Crystal Castles would to have a storyline, what would it be? So what would the story for Crystal Castles be?
This is an amazing question considering what they've done with Bentley Bear in the last two games he's featured in, which is Food Fight, weirdly enough, Culinary Combat on the VCS, and Atari Mania. Yeah. He's an absolute a-hole.
Yep.
And it's very strange. It would be like Nintendo just making Mario like a manic depressive or something, or he has an alcoholic issue. Like Bentley Bear, spoiler alert, in Atari Mania was taken over by an evil spirit, I guess. I live in the South, so everything's religious based.
No, it was a glitch. Yeah,
it was a glitch. Okay, so so the glitch took over Bentley Bear, and he was nice. But now in Food Fight, he's kind of like the jerk bartender at his arcade. He's like, "Get out of here! I got stuff to do." Makes no sense. It's a bear. He should be lovable and cuddly.
He tells you, or maul you. I mean.
or he is a brown bear.
Yeah.
So
what
maybe
is that? Brown turn around?
Brown lie down is what
lie down. That's what it is. Yeah, I would turn around and get killed.
If it's black, fight back. If it's white, good night. So
there you go.
Bentley Bear, so this could be story? Now if Bentley Bear was from where I live now, which is East Tennessee.
Okay.
The Crystal Castles would mean something else. Crystal Castles would be places where you could get basically dummy drops of methamphetamine, and so this would be he would be a wheelman for the mafia or the Dixie Mafia.
Oh, so he's not a meth addict. He's okay.
He could be a meth addict, but that's true. He could be shrinking the entire game, and like and his teeth could turn yellow and then eventually brown on the later levels. And Broomhilda, the bad guy, could be the ATF. And, and I think that's if we re-released it now, but who knows?
I think he'd probably just be some jerk jewel thief who's talking about your mother the whole time and stealing your gems.
The Bentley Bear now just has a cigarette hanging out of his lips,
side of his mouth,
constantly. It never just kind of goes like this when he talks. Like, get out of here, Pat.
Get out of here.
Well, how much is Midnight Mutants going for?
Midnight Mutants is going for a significant amount. I know cart only was going for like $100 for a while.
Well, that's normal, I would think.
Yeah, me and you have complete and box versions, don't we?
Yeah.
So cart only. Oh, this is an auction. No, this is new and sealed. I'm sorry.
What's new and sealed going for?
This one's bid up to $127.50 with 2 days left.
That means they'll probably double at least.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Cart only about. Well, that's Italy. Is Italian price? There is none on here. There is no copy. There's only sealed copies and one copy of a PAL version. There's none on eBay. Can you believe that?
They've been zapped up.
I guess, yeah. They've been
zapped up. They've been zapped up, man.
So that's what we should
supply and demand.
Why don't you give me input, Vinny, when we plan the show?
Well, again, I think the problem with me and you, and I'm just kidding. I think tonight's show has been fun, by the way. Yeah,
why not?
But I think we overvalue homebrews, and we think about homebrews a lot more than most people, because I think most people just think about the official releases.
Well, I can tell you that most Nintendo fans and stuff, they don't care about homebrews.
That's right.
Most of them don't.
We do, because that's where our best games have come from.
Yeah, honestly. Would Asteroids only be eligible once for your top 100 list or multiple times? We talked about this too.
Yeah, we talked about this. If a game on our top 100 list, if a game was released, and Asteroids is one of them, 7800, 5200, Atari 8-bit, 2600, the arcade version, hell, if it's been released, we're only going to count the best version. Which, let's talk about it now. What's the best version of Asteroids?
7800.
You think that's better than the arcade?
I'd have to really think about it, but yeah, off the top of my head, yeah.
70, and it's the dual play and the competitive play and stuff like that. And
I think that's what does it for me.
So I mean, so we would list it. Asteroids would be pretty high because Asteroids is one of the best games of all time, and then it would be we would give the nod to the 7800 platform. Now, then there's like Space Duel, which is a version.
Asteroids Deluxe. Would that be separate?
Asteroids Deluxe, that would be, so that could be on the list too. But and Asteroids Recharge, which it wouldn't, because that's the worst recharge game. But
so yeah, that's kind of what we came up with. One variation of each game, and then sequels are their own thing.
Yes. Okay. So like a great example is Tempest. There's so many different types of Tempests.
Yeah.
Tempest 2000, 3000, and 4000, and then
5000 coming soon.
Hopefully, I don't know. They need to figure out what happened with 4000. But
first,
2000 to me and the original arcade are the best two, but that would be two different games.
So it should be a variation of Cocaine Bear, Crystal Coke Castles. I thought of that too, Crypto. But
we should contact Franco Dragon to reprogram it.
Yeah, he'd do a great. He'd have a field day with that. Don't poke the bear, Jerome. Yep, he's the boss now. We got to do what he says. Is Assy TV still in the timeout?
Oh, we can talk to him. He's a genius.
Pete Rose Baseball and Barnyard Blaster were awesome as well. Great. Okay, he's going back.
See, he's a troll.
Toe Muncher. Do you really like toes? I mean, a good set of toes if they're clean. Anyway, Toe Muncher. Bentley Bear is also a teacher in some old Atari school games for the 800/ST.
Which games? I want to know what those are.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
So, like basic programming. So he was kind of like the Mario, even because Mario was involved with painting and teaching and stuff like that.
OJ Hugo says we just got to stop fighting and have sex already. We're getting there, Hugo. We're still fighting it out. Homebrews are great games. Yeah, that's for us. Yeah, but again, I don't think other people think about them like we do.
Well, for the 7800, they're the best games. I mean,
oh yeah.
If you go to my website, I mean, there's not an original release in the top 10 anymore.
Well, yeah. Jerome says 7800's Asteroids is fantastic. I would agree. That's probably that's my favorite all-time version of Asteroids.
Pretty good one.
Absolutely. Good. How's Asteroids Deluxe 7800? It's
very good. Very good.
Yeah, it's good.
I like it better. I asked Bob one day. I was interviewing him or something. I asked the guy that
was a good interview too. I think the guy that
produced it. I think I was on. Maybe I was on the phone with it, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I was asking Bob DeCrescenzo, Pac-Man Plus. I said, "Why did you choose that yellow mustard green for Asteroids Deluxe?" And he was like, "I don't know." So he doesn't even remember. But it is an odd color. But I think that if we'll get into the brass. We'll sound like real people here for a second. I like the shield much better than hyperspace.
Oh yeah,
and as a defense, and one of the things, if you don't know anything about Asteroids, one of the things that's really cool is you have a defensive weapon or a defensive ability as well as an offensive weapon, and that was rare at the time. You didn't have a lot of defense, so it was kind of the hyperspace sucks compared to the shield. And the shield, he programmed it in such a way where if you're in the shield for very long, you can bounce around like a pinball on crack cocaine, man. It's wild.
Yeah.
To comedic results.
Bentley Bear Spelling Bee is the game.
God, man, that's got to be rough. I got it over here. I could pull it up over here.
Oh, you have a. Oh, that's right. You have the joystick, right?
The old Atari double twin stick with 26,000 games on it.
There you go. And you just sold Obsidian on a
buying Asteroid Stonks. Yeah, that's good.
It's good.
Now I will say this. This goes against conventional wisdom. The Space Duel game, which is the third game, everybody loves it. I don't care for it. I don't care about it. And it's because if you've ever played Space Duel, it's the weirdest thing in the world, and it would only exist in video games. A first player and a second player ship are tethered with a rope, and he couldn't pull that off in the 7800 version, so I would skip it. It's just it's really like Asteroid Deluxe with a bunch of blinky lights.
I don't know. Well, I like that one better. But I mean, how often are you playing multiplayer realistically?
Well, the cool thing about the Atari 50th celebration is you can play. Hey,
yeah, no,
Bentley Bear's here with the dogs.
Well, see, my wife got home because she thought we'd be done by now. So,
well, she knows better. She should know better.
Hey,
but the
I'm gonna mute myself, Benny.
Please do. That's like penetrating my eardrum. But Vector Sector, which you can play on the Atari 50th, has a single player tethered mode on that like a Space Duel thing, which is pretty cool. So you can play Vector Sector tethered like Space Duel by yourself and cry. Yeah, I my Atari, I had an Atari 1-up Tempest Cab and it broke. I'm always worried about those arcade ones, but I loved that game because it had all of the trackball and spinner games on it. That was awesome, and the cabinet looks great. Hey, Ramey, we are about to break. This is the last podcast we'll ever do, by the way. This is the end. We're breaking up after this because John's upset that he got. Where is he here? He's upset. He got a trophy he didn't like. He's hell. I can't even. It's the one that's got poop stains on it, and it's right there. The worst place in the tournament we had last week. Atari 7800 Pro Gamer. That's in quotes. Last place. Whoop quote. Anyway, and he's mad. He's making fun of the.
I'm not mad. I'm just hurt.
I'm just disappointed.
I'm just disappointed, Vinny.
And then we're trying to do a big project for you people because we love you knuckleheads, and then he's pooping on my contribution. So he's
horse puckies, he says. No, Vinny's he's hurt too. I call it we hurt each other's feelings early on, and it's been rough.
Bad week for me.
Yeah, it is.
I've had a lot of people say nasty things to me. My wife called me a loser, and she's never done. She said it to a friend of mine. She on the phone. She said, "I'm going to go talk to my loser husband,and I was like, "What?"
So she said it to somebody else.
Yes, and never in the history has she ever done anything like that. So I'm having my little feelings hurt this week.
So the Funk might be a bachelor soon, is what we're saying.
She's actually apologized for that ridiculous amount of times.
Oh, really?
After the beating.
It's hard.
That's not funny. It's 2024. There's a lot.
Yeah,
there's a lot.
That.
You can't say that. Don't say that again.
Say it's hard to apologize when your lips are swollen.
Shut up. Nope. You can't say that, John.
No, you can't.
You're a baby face.
Oh, shoot.
What you got to say when you're doing something like this is, I heard somebody say this once. Blah. Is
a long time ago.
Yes, I remember. I heard that guy tell you that. It was awful.
Yeah, see, Vinny was disqualified from the tournament, but since he produced the trophies, he made himself one anyways.
No, they sent me one. They watched it. The people at the trophy house.
That's right. Oh, those are from Wade Rosen, actually. Didn't he donate those?
Yes, it was. And Nolan Bushnell. It was accredited by Nolan Bushnell and Howard Scott Warsaw. After they talked about the tournament on the Lava Lamps and 8-track theater.
I was going to say, he said, I love Lava Lamps and 8-tracks, and then he sent us some trophies. Said it was an official tournament. We were very happy with that.
He
said it was official.
It was official.
It was a rough week for Jerome.
Jerome. I'm sorry. Can you imagine how bad it's going to be for Jerome when Morris Day dies?
Oh my God! Don't even say that.
I know, right?
Ramey wants us to shake hands, or I'll make you two stand in the corners.
Well, he lives in Toledo, and every time I've ever driven up there, I've been shot at. So he's going to have to come down here.
I promise not to shoot at you this time if you come up.
I thought that was Bentley Bear shooting at me.
Yeah, that's just what I call myself when I'm on the meth
when you're
binge.
cruising the clubs, huh?
Yeah.
The clubs with the rainbow flags. You're Bentley Bear.
I don't know, Vinny. I think we can mend the fences.
I think
I think we can do this.
I'll tell you what. How about we do this, John? And again, this is your show. I'm just a peasant.
No, you have input. That's what I don't like. You used to be like, man, we're going to do this on the show, and ever since it became,
you're the king. I'm just a peasant on the. I'm worse than the pawn. I'm the poop that the pawn shoots out. There's an extra square over here. You're the king. You got a queen. You got a bunch of dogs barking. You got a whole thing against me.
Are you texting me now? Okay,
no, that's not me. That's yes. Okay. I'm pretty good. I can text and jive.
Wow! Look at that. Okay.
Do you think that's infected?
It looks a little funny. I don't know.
Should I get that checked out?
I think.
But here's what we should do. Since you got hurt and everybody's mad at you tonight, and you said all that stuff that was awful, and I'm trying to save the show, we should take a week off. Take a week off, cool down. We'll come back in 2 weeks. What do you say?
2 week. So now no show next week.
Pluralize it. Yeah.
Man, Ramey had to get his mouth sewed back up. You've had bad luck with that mouth. What that mouth do?
With that mouth?
That it's getting sewed up all the time.
Yo, boy, what that mouth do?
Sorry to hear that, Ramey. That sucks. In case you guys can't tell, I've had many a tooth pulled, so my teeth are in bad shape.
Mine are too.
I feel your pain. I'm going on the denture plan myself.
I'm thinking I'm gonna have to get some. I got a cavity, and yeah, dude, I got a cavity just happened this week. So yeah, man, we're all getting to that age where it's like we should have brushed our teeth. We're like, you really mean we should brush our teeth twice a day?
Right? You actually meant that?
Yeah,
I thought they were joking.
You were part of the fluoride army or something. There was some sort of.
I never played Plaque Attack. That was the problem.
See, yeah, I didn't care.
Yeah,
I didn't care.
You did. You just didn't care. I think, Vinny, we can mend fences. We'll take a week off. We'll come back.
Take a week off.
We'll come back in 2 weeks' time.
Cool down.
We'll see if there's anything left in the tank. We'll see if Vinny will actually participate in the show planning. I mean, if you thought the topic was bad, just say, "Hey, man, that topic sucks."
I think what from now on, I'm going to test the wall. I'm going to see if 0-page homebrews needs a third. And see if I get traded over there. Maybe they can get you like some hockey
I'll
tickets.
Take one of the cats. If I will trade Vinny for
a cat.
Well, my dog is pretty hungry, so I'll take
we'll
a cat.
They may have a snow cone machine. What is it? Zimbabwe? What is it? That's a country. What's the thing they drive around? I'm not a hockey fan. It's the thing.
A Zamboni.
A Zamboni. Yeah, they may
trade you for a Zamboni.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. Peel out there and do wheelies down Toledo and downtown.
We could use that for some of the year. There's not much snow anymore, so I don't know.
Hey, yeah. I'll say my stuff. You can say stuff. By the way, I'm doing a couple videos this week on Big and Funky Productions YouTube page. One is a review of Asteroids Recharge for the Atari VCS. I'm also doing a video of my game room, which I've nearly completed. And there is a stolen piece of Toledo history that I stole the last time I was up in Toledo, and it's hanging on my wall over here.
I think you told me that. What did you take? One of our what did you take? I forget what you said.
I was up there for a paranormal convention, which was hilarious. That's right. And
we love paranormal stuff because we die all the time. So
right. Yeah.
We get shot and we like to think we're still hanging around.
Malnourished and poor and all that stuff. So we stayed they put us up at the Marriott downtown or the Fairfield.
Oh, very nice.
Yes. There was a nice pool table down there, and there was like a couch that was shaped like a labia. It was a nice place.
Yeah, yeah.
But you guys are obsessed with Jamie Farr in Toledo. Yeah. And so there
doesn't show up on my thing because I'd love to show you what I got right in front of me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So anyway, I was there that night, and I stole a sign. Is that Jamie Farr?
That's my Jamie Farr. Let me.
Oh, We got to do better than that.
He's my Jamie Farr bobblehead. Huh?
Is he in a skirt?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's America's first.
Actually, he is. How did you know that?
Because he always tried to say he always wore girl clothes in MASH.
He was on MASH? No.
Right. That was a big show. I know you were a kid. You probably weren't alive when that was the one.
Oh, my dad loved that show.
But he was America's first celebrated
cross-dresser.
Yeah. So he was trying to get a Section 8. But anyway, I stole a sign off of the
Section 8 housing. That's a Toledo thing too.
I stole a sign that is Jamie Farr related from the Marriott in Toledo, and I've got it.
Oh wow!
It's a MASH related. The Marriott for some reason has dog tags for hotel numbers. So anyway, you've been down there. So why were you down there? So I got that coming out, and we just released a Wrestling with Ghosts where we investigated a historic Scott County jail. We also did Tuesday. Thank you. There was ghost farting. If you've ever heard of such a thing, you should check that out on my channel. We did a Tuesday Tubi movie night over there, which we did a book club movie review of Baby Cat, which is an insane movie. And then coming up next week is the Existence and Fall of Great American Wrestling, episode 6.
That's a good series. I like that one too.
And it's inside, if you're interested, it's inside of booking a terrible wrestling show that is doomed. And I think this episode, you can actually watch me wrestle. I've got a match on that episode coming up. So if anybody wants to see me kick a lot of people's asses, they can watch that. And so that's on the Big and Funky Productions YouTube page. Also, a movie that I made last year on Route 66 is now on Tubi. It's called Vinny's Fantastic Rock and Roll Adventure. It's made by the genius Brandon Bishop. It was an entire it's a musical comedy, and it's very funny. So check that out. That's on Tubi, and you can watch that for free. So that's all my and the Atari or the Asteroids Recharged review this week.
Oh, you're doing an Atari thing? Cool. But no, in case you're curious, or you've like many of you have, I'm sure, you can see Vinny's butt in Fantastic Adventure, right? Or
WJHCAM. I don't know.
That's where you showed your butt?
Yeah, the religious movie.
I knew I saw your butt one time.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting for everyone involved. And then I'm almost naked a lot in this Vinny movie too. That happens.
I was going to say, I thought there was a scene where didn't you wake up or something?
I'm on a Santa Monica pier and I don't have any clothes on, which was disgusting. So
very nice. And yes, Jamie Farr is the patron saint of Toledo. That's true. Hallowed be his name. So yeah, absolutely. A lot of cool stuff going on over at Big and Funky Productions. Over at the Atari Network, we just released a video on whether or not Atari was destined to fail after the 2600.
I like how you said that repeatedly. Was it destined to fail?
Yeah.
I felt like it was like a science movie. It was like a science movie in science class where it was like Oak Ridge, that little city that could. You kept saying the hook over and over again.
See, and here's the thing with that is I don't know if anybody can tell, but I spent a lot of time talking about the 5200, and then like I skipped over everything else and just ended it. Did that come across? Because it was supposed to be a multi-part series. I was going to do one on the Jaguar, one on the Lynx, and one on the 5200. And then I think I was gonna dump it off there or something. But the thing with my computer is I can't edit together long videos at one time. So I was gonna do a 3-part series, then I was gonna combine the 3. It was gonna be a 34-minute thing, and I had to cut out about 20 minutes because my computer kept crashing. So that's why it's like all this information about the 5200, and then the Lynx happened, and then the Jaguar happened, and then the video ends. So I apologize for that, but hey, it is what it is.
It's kind of a Debbie Downer video anyway.
Yeah, don't watch it. But we have an awesome video coming out this Sunday all about the kids controller and Sesame Street games, which if you're like me, if you were raised on the streets, you'll want to watch that one. So that'll be a cool one. And then next Saturday, when we're taking the week off of podcasting, we'll now I gotta ask this. What's round on both ends and tall in the middle, Vinny? You have a guess?
My second ex-wife.
There you go. Next week, since we're not doing a podcast, I'm gonna do Man versus 7800 Ohio. Oh, I get it. Since we're not doing the podcast, I'm gonna do right here, Ohio. Some good old Ohio humor. I appreciate it.
Jesus, that's the worst ever, dude. We make fun of Ohio so much. It's not even.
Yeah, Ohio's
God.
A lot of farmland and Amish around.
You go to a bar and everybody's in there singing "Hang On, Sloopy," and then they're screaming, "Oh,
yeah.
H-I-O." I'm like, I'm from Tennessee. I live in Tennessee now, and I'm embarrassed for Ohio people, and that's Tennessee. I'm from Baltimore. So I've not lived in a good place yet, and I'm still feel bad for Ohio.
So watch next Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 Pacific. Watch Man versus 7800. We're taking on Sirius next week, so we'll see if we can cycle through that game or not. What is it? 4 levels, Vinny?
4 levels of hot action.
There. So let's see if we can beat all 4. And I think that.
Finish that sentence.
So
beat all 4 inches.
Beat all 4.
Okay.
Period.
Sounds like me every night, but all right.
So I think that's it, Benny. I think we might come back.
Yeah, this was a good experiment. And we failed. A 0-page homebrewed finally defeated us.
0-page. If you want to trade me a Zamboni, Vinny's on the chopping block right now. I'll take a Zamboni.
Would you rather take a Stromboli, a Zamboni, or Zimbabwe? If you had to, what would you take?
I would take seriously. I don't know what I would take for Vinny. Vinny, I wouldn't trade you.
A Zamboni, a Stromboli, or the entire country of Zimbabwe.
I wouldn't do it, Vinny. You are worth. I wouldn't take Zimbabwe, number one, because that just sounds like a whole lot of nothing to me. Just like a lot of trouble for very little return, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm sure there's a lot of resources you could exploit and then get rid of it.
I'm sure I'd get overthrown quickly too. I don't know.
Zimbabwe is pretty. Stromboli. There you go.
I will trade.
A Stromboli with a rat chewing on it, right? You need a Stromboli hanging out of a rodent's mouth, and then that's boom, you're sold.
Then it'll feel like home.
Yeah.
Toe Muncher, real quick. He's been to Ohio last summer. It was his first time seeing the Amish. We see Amish all the time. That's if you're not in Toledo, and then the rest of it's like all Amish, basically.
The best restaurant in my region is an Amish deli.
The Amish make great furniture too.
My God, they're so good at everything.
There you go. Hugo's going to send you some stuff. See, Vinny, you're loved. You're appreciated. A bowl of Stromboli gets Vinny ZPH. All right, guys. I think we're going to call it. This is it.
This is it.
All
right.
That's it.
Congratulations, 0-page. You bastards. You can take. You did it. Congratulations. Ring the bell. This is over. You've won. Congratulations. You can keep making boring ass Atari podcasts until you drop dead in Canada. But you won't, because you have health care that's excellent. So we'll just we'll die here in poverty and missed capitalistic ventures that didn't pay.
The Amish do suck at Atari. All right, guys, it's been a lot of fun, but 0-page beat us. It's over. All right.
Congratulations.